Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to give you my top 10 reasons I am recommending Kinfire Delve, Vainglory's Grotto. Reason number 10, it gets to the table in under 5 minutes. Games that get set up and get to the table quickly are the games that I play the most and I get the most value out of. So let me actually quickly show you what you got to do to get this game set up and ready to play. Okay, first thing you want to do is you're going to shuffle up the main boss. There's 3 different iterations. You're going to select one, put it down, face down, and put the remaining cards back in the box. Then you're going to put the Guardians off to the side, face up, they're ready to go for when you take on the main boss. You have to shuffle the exhaustion deck. There's 6 cards in there. So you kind of put those and the Guardians up and away. And then you have the main well deck. You're going to go ahead and shuffle the main well deck, and you're going to deal out a card to the north, the west, the south, and the east of the villain, the main boss you're going to be taking on. These are going to be the challenges that you face. You're going to go ahead and discard 3 cards off the top of the deck to put in your discard pile. You're going to put them face down, and then you're just going to put your main well deck right there. You're going to be progressing through that in order to get to the boss. You're going to select a character to play as. I'm going to go with Asha of Brillbrook. We're going to go ahead and shuffle up her deck. First, we're just going to put her to the side. She also has a lantern card. We're going to put that face down. Then we're going to go ahead and shuffle her deck. In a true solo game, you're going to go ahead and deal yourself out 8 cards. And there you go. You're ready to go and all set up and ready to play. And so that's my number 10, a quick setup time. Moving into number 9 is the gorgeous art and the component quality. You saw the art for yourself as it was set up on the table. As I was setting it up, the card stock is excellent. I don't use sleeves, as you can see, and I played the game a dozen times now, including all the shuffling that goes with it, and they're holding up just fine. The progress tokens are good as well, and the insert that everything goes back in, good quality, as well as the dice. Reason number 8 is the multi-use card system. As you take on challenges, they come in 3 varieties: red, green, and blue for simplicity's sake, white being wild. You can use any of your cards to take on a challenge. It just has to have the matching color of the challenge you're taking on to use it as your main card. These main cards, for the most part, almost all have special abilities on it, making them quite unique. You also have the option, you can see on the bottom of the card, there is a booster. You can boost a challenge up to 2 cards in solo play. So the variety right there of what you're going to use as a main card to get the action, what you need to boost to get you closer to being able to complete the challenge, lends itself to a variety in the decision space area. Not only that, but some of the cards allow you to get special abilities when you discard them or other effects. So for me, that's always a plus. I love that in games when there's multi-use cards, and this game does that very well. Reason number 7, the strategic challenge selection. So this game gives you 4 different options of challenges to choose from for the most part. Some cards will change the game state where you're not going to have 4 to choose from, but for the most part, you always have 4 to choose from. And along with that, as well as the cards that you have in your hand with the special abilities, the different boosters, the different color matches on the challenges, and the challenges themselves. Some of them have wording where you have to pay attention to it. Like the next time a certain card comes out, you might take damage, different things like that. There is enough information to juggle that's not overwhelming, but does provide a puzzle and is very engaging. And that is a big highlight of the game for me. Reason number 6, there's tension in every draw. You do not draw cards in this game. The only way you're drawing cards is if you play a card that allows you to draw cards as its special ability, or you have to choose to exhaust your character, in which case you have to draw a card from the exhaustion deck and put it into play. It has some sort of ongoing ability for the most part. And none of them are good. You're just going to have to deal with that. Some of them, they're like little timers. They usually get worse and worse. The more cards you pull out, they're going to end up causing you to lose the game. So I find that fun. It's what keeps the tension in the game. Of course, you want more cards, but you really have to selectively do it. And like I said, you got to try and get the most out of your hand to try to avoid getting all those exhaustion cards. So that's my number 6, the tension in drawing cards. Reason number 5, a clever twist on encounter deck progression. Getting through to the end of an encounter deck isn't new in games, but the way that's implemented in Kinfire Delve is really enjoyable and thematic for the game. Every time you complete a challenge, not every time, but for the most part, a lot of the rewards for beating a challenge is you get to discard a certain amount of cards off the top of the well deck, digging yourself further down. Sometimes when you lose, you got to put cards back. The cool thing is, as you discard them, they stay face down, so you don't know, what's getting removed from the deck and what's not. And when you finally get to the bottom of the encounter deck and it's out, it is time for the big boss battle. So I really think that's cool. Hats off to you, Mr. Kevin Wilson. I haven't seen that before. I don't know if that's in any other game that I've seen before. If anybody has seen it before, just let me know down in the comments. Reason number 4, the perfect use of dice. Now, every time you take on a challenge, you're going to roll the dice. And depending on what you roll, there's going to be red, blue, or green, and then you have a light and a dark die. And the light is going to add 1, and every time you match the color of the challenge you're taking on, those dice are going to add 1 as well. So you can always take your chance in this game. You can chuck dice to your heart's content. You don't even have to play a card. You can actually just chuck the dice. Or you can strategically figure out, hey man, that challenge is too punishing. I can't risk it. I need to complete it with my cards, and you can do it that way, so you're not relying on the unfairness of a dice roll. But it does have that push your luck element that is perfect in my opinion. That's my number 4, the perfect use of dice in this game. Reason number 3, epic boss battle. Now there are 3 different versions of the boss in this game. You shuffle them up in the beginning like I showed you during setup. You don't know which one you're going to get. And during the game as you're playing, you're going to have the option sometimes, for some sort of in-game benefit that you have to tuck some cards underneath the boss. And a couple of the versions are going to make that boss that much stronger. So you're really pushing your luck as you go. It's very fun. Not only that, but when you get to the boss, he's immune to your damage. You can't damage him. There's going to be guardians all around him. And as you defeat the different guardians that surround him, you start to make him vulnerable to the different colors of attacks. And it gives a finality to the game, and I really enjoy the way that it's designed with the different iterations and the guardians that kind of, you got to defeat them in order to get to the boss and take him down. Nice touch. Really enjoy that as well. Reason number 2, asymmetrical characters and their lantern abilities. So the 2 different characters have 2 different decks of cards, and they play differently. They each have a special ability, and even though they're similar enough where, of course, you're just taking on red, green, and blue challenges with the different white wild cards, the different abilities that they have just separate them enough to give them their own unique identities. They also have a lantern that different card effects as you play the game may be able to light your lantern. And your lantern card is a pretty powerful card. And when you're able to use it for its maximum effect, it's satisfying. You want to try to get that lantern lit as many times as you can during the game to use it to its full advantage. That, along with the way the game plays. So as you're going down and digging deeper into the well, trying to get to the big boss, the different cards and challenges that are going to come out in different orders each game. Sometimes you have multiple cards of the same thing, which will make them stronger in Vainglory's Grotto. Just gives a different rhythm and personality to each and every game, and I really enjoy that. Reason number 1, a clear win or loss condition. You get to the bottom of the well, you take on the big boss with the guardians, and you either win or you die trying. I love it when a designer puts a game out there and is like, hey, beat my game. I enjoy that much more than I like doing a point salad approach. Not that I don't like those games, I just prefer the win or loss condition way more than I do gaining points in a game. That's my number 1, and I also have a bonus reason, the quick cleanup time. This is something that one of my viewers, Broxigar Z, I hope I pronounced that correctly, pointed out that it also has a quick cleanup time, and it does. It's even quicker to clean up than it is to get to the table. Now, the quick setup time is what gets it to my table. The quick cleanup time is absolutely a bonus by all means. So there you have it, my top 10 reasons I am recommending Kinfire Delve, Vainglory's Grotto. I already have the other 2 expansions on order, and I can't wait to get them to the table. So if you love hand management, multi-use cards, asymmetrical characters, and a final big boss battle at the end, this game checks all the boxes. Rodney Smith has a how to play over on Watch It Played, and Daniel from Tabletop for One not only has a how to play, but he has a playthrough immediately following it, which is excellent. I highly recommend that. Daniel, if you're watching, man, I hope you come back to the platform. I personally miss you. I love watching your videos. For everyone else, man, I can't highly recommend this game enough. And check out those videos to see if this game is for you or not. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll catch you next video.